Layla's International Kitchen. Today I'm in Santa Fe, the home of New Mexican cuisine and the chili pepper. But today we are going to do something a bit different that you can also enjoy when visiting this culinary paradise. Let's go inside. After being immersed in red and green chili sauce for a few days, I was ready to branch out into something new, and I wasn't disappointed. This is what I learned. Venezuelan cuisine has similarities to other South American cuisines, but they have their own unique twist on many of the foods that are familiar to us north of the equator. They do serve empanadas and enjoy black beans, but their most distinctive entree is the arepa, a corn-based dough stuffed with the ingredients such as black beans, meat, plantains, and cheese. In order to learn more about Venezuelan foods, including the arepa, I ordered a sampler of the various specialties served at the Santarepa Cafe and received a tutorial from Isabel, the owner of the cafe.
This is the first arepa. We call it arepita because it's little. And that's a Pabellón Arepita. So Pabellón is the national dish of Venezuela. And we like to combine black beans, sweet plantains, shredded beef, and cheese. And that's one of the most iconic arepas in Venezuela, Pabellón Arepa. This one here, and it's a chicken, shredded chicken arepa. And the arepas are just made with cornmeal, water, and salt. That's it. And here we put it in the griddle, and after the griddle we put it in the grill, and then split open and stuff them. And that's what makes very characteristics Venezuelan arepas, because Venezuelans and Colombia, we both eat arepas, but Venezuelan, we love to stuff arepas. Colombians tend to put the stuff on the top and eat it like a tostada. And then the last arepa here, this is a vegan arepa, so we have avocado, black beans, and sweet plantains. And it's the most popular arepa for vegetarians here in Santarepa. Cachapitas are sweet corn pancakes. And they are Venezuelan, we like to eat them for breakfast. And we put little butter and cheese. So we like the sweet and savory at the same time. In the middle, you have the sweet plantains. And Venezuelan like to eat sweet plantain with cheese. The ones at the far end are pastelitos. And pastelitos are made with wheat flour. And one of them is stuffed with ground beef. And the other one is potato and cheese. If we go that way, we are going to find the empanaditas. So one is chicken and the other empanadita is ham and cheese. The corner is the yuca fries. Yuca is a root vegetable very similar to potato, so it tastes like potato. And right here we have tequeños. And tequeños is cheese sticks, and Venezuelan love for every party. If we go to a wedding or we go to any party, people will have tequeños. And the last thing on the plate is the pataconcitos. So pataconcitos are little sandwiches made with a fried green plantain. And in this case, one is stuffed with shredded chicken, and the other is stuffed with, it's a mix for an arepa that we make with cheddar chicken, mayo, and avocado, and it's called reina pepiada. So that's the filling on a reina pepiada arepa.
Our Venezuelan feast is here. I can't wait to try it. Honestly, that is my first time that I'm trying Venezuelan cuisine. I'm gonna start with this good-looking, delicious vegetarian arepa. It's so good. I wish you could be here and taste it. After enjoying the sampler, Isabel sat down with me for a few minutes to discuss Venezuelan cuisine in a bit more detail. Would you please let us know a little bit more about your restaurant?
So this is the first Venezuelan restaurant in Santa Fe. And the name is Santarepa Cafe. So we specialize in arepas, but we have another dishes from Venezuela. And most of the menu is gluten-free. Because our most used ingredient is cornmeal.
Oh, that's perfect.
So the arepas are made with cornmeal, empanadas are made with cornmeal, and we also do sweet corn pancakes called Cachapitas. We put butter and cheese on the top of them, and those are grind sweet corn.
Okay.
So And we have other dishes in the menu, something that Venezuelan people really like.
So I can say this restaurant is a wonderful place for people who want to eat gluten free. That's amazing. And the other question that I would like to ask you is about what spices do you mainly use in your foods? Because I know there are so many spices. What are the main spices?
Typically Venezuelans, the spices that we use the most is probably cumin, oregano if we use pork, and we like to use to put the flavor in the food. It's not about the spices, it's more about cooking them with green peppers, red peppers, celery, parsley, cilantro, all that, garlic. Infuse a lot of the flavor in the meats before we actually shred them.
Okay.
And then after that, my niece makes a sofrito with peppers, nothing spicy, all sweet peppers, peppers, onion, garlic, cilantro, and I think that's most of what, and at the end she puts salt and probably a little bit of cumin and paprika.
Oh, that's perfect.
Exactly.
So my another question is that Venezuelan cuisine and other Latin American cuisine, because many of the cuisines are almost same in other countries, but what is the most distinguished about Venezuelan cuisine?
Well, Venezuelans are known for the arepas, and that's why this place is called Santarepa. So we love these cornmeal patties that we actually here we grill them. We split open and stuff them. And for us is our daily bread.
That's amazing.
We can have it for
Wonderful.
breakfast, stuffed with eggs and bacon and cheese. We can have it for lunch with beef, chicken, tuna salad, chicken salad, anything like that. And then for dinner we can have a little ham and cheese. So that makes very distinct Venezuelan cuisine, the arepas. The national dish in Venezuela is called pabellón, and the pabellón is a combination, it's a plate that have rice, black beans, sweet plantains, and shredded beef. Here in Santarepa we have both the plates. Actually, we have the plate, the arepa, and we have the empanada.
I had this amazing Venezuelan cuisine today for the first time, and I absolutely enjoyed it, and everything was absolutely great, and I loved it. And I want to add Venezuelan cuisine in the list of food that I absolutely love it. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
I was so impressed with the Venezuelan cuisine I had in Santa Fe that once I returned home, I decided to make Arepas Pabellón for the channel. Let me show you the steps. First, I'm going to cook my meat. I'm using a pound of beef chuck roast. Add about 2 cups of water, some big slices of onion, 3 crushed cloves of garlic, some thyme leaves. Add about 1 teaspoon each of salt and pepper. Heat the ingredients to a boil, turn it down to low heat. Put the lid on and let cook for at least 4 hours or until the meat is juicy and tender. The meat is ready. As you see, it's falling apart and very easy to shred. Don't throw away the broth. You can save it for other foods such as soup, Swedish meatballs, or beef stroganoff. I'm shredding the meat, so the meat is ready to add to the sauce. Dice a green bell pepper. Half of a red bell pepper. Half of a medium onion. And 4 cloves of garlic. Add some cooking oil. The diced onion. When they are soft, add the bell peppers and garlic. Cook them for about 3 minutes. Add a teaspoon each of oregano, cumin powder, garlic powder, salt, and black pepper. Stir it well. Add a cup of tomato sauce. It's time to add the shredded beef. Stir them well together. Add 2 bay leaves. Put the lid on and let the mixture cook for about 30 minutes so the meat absorbs all the flavors. While the meat is cooking, I'm going to prepare the arepas and fry the plantains. For the sweet plantains, we should use a ripe plantain like this because they are sweet and less starchy. I cut this part of the plantain and peel it like this. To slice the plantain, there is no rule, but it is traditionally cut diagonally. So I start from here and slice it like this. Turn on the stove to medium heat. Add some cooking oil. Add the plantains. Fry them for about 2 minutes. Now turn them over and cook this side for another 2 minutes. Our plantains are ready. I'm pouring 1.5 cups of warm water in a bowl. The warm water helps you to make the dough more easily. It looks like a lot, but trust me, the corn flour is going to absorb the water. Add 1 teaspoon salt. Add 1 cup of pre-cooked white corn flour gradually. If you would like to use the yellow one, by all means you can also use that. This brand is commonly used to make arepas. As you add the flour, try to get rid of any lumps in the dough. Once the dough comes together like this, you start kneading your dough until it's very smooth. It's done. I'm going to cover it and let it rest for about 3 to 5 minutes. The dough is ready. I'm going to create a small ball. Now I'm opening out the ball like this with my palms. The traditional arepa is about 3 inches in diameter, but there is no rule about how big to make it. You can make it bigger or smaller. Smooth the edges like this. Concerning the thickness of the arepas, there is no rule either. I prefer mine to be thin like this. If the dough is sticky, you can use some water so it doesn't stick to your hand. I've already preheated the cast iron skillet on medium high. Add some cooking oil and place the arepas inside. After about 5 minutes, I flip over the arepas. Listen, you can hear the arepas crisping. I'm cooking the other side for about 5 minutes. The arepas are ready to go into a preheated oven at 350 degrees for about 10 minutes to be cooked fully. My beautiful arepas are ready. To make Venezuelan Pabellón Arepas, you need to have black beans. I'll cook 1/3 of a cup of black beans after soaking them overnight. You can also use canned black beans if you prefer. To assemble, slice open one side of the arepa like this. The smell is so good. There is no order how to feed the arepas, but I'm going to first place the smashed black beans. You can also use the black beans without smashing them, but it's easier to spread the smashed black beans like a paste. Then add the fried plantains, the shredded beef, and last but not least, the cheese. Here is the finished product. This popular Venezuelan dish can also be served with rice instead of inside the arepas, and it's called Pabellón Criollo. But today I chose to create the Pabellón Arepas that I had in the wonderful Santarepa Cafe. It's a very simple flavorful dish that can impress everyone in your family if you give it a try. If you do live close to Santa Fe, I recommend that you try a sampler of all the authentic Venezuelan cuisines on display at the Santarepa Cafe. If you like this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and tell your family and friends about my channel. And if you have any favorite cuisines that you'd like me to make for the channel, please leave a comment down below. I hope you enjoyed this delicious dish. Bon appetit!